Hashtag that.
I forgot my gimmick. People waiting for people to come in, tune in. Heck yeah, brothers. Forgot my gimmick. Yeah, waiting for people to come in. Good afternoon for people in Southeast Asia. And a good evening for the ones in America. Pacific Standard Time, specifically. What's up, brothers? I'm just waiting for the Tag Amigo to tune in, come in. What's up, Tag Amigo? Put you on the line. Put your theme song on.
Good morning, Ken.
Good afternoon, brother.
Thank you for the... Nah, it's not the afternoon yet. We have 4 minutes until the afternoon.
Good morning, you're right.
Did you do the intro yet? Did you do the intro yet?
Not yet. Should I?
Right. You want to do that for us right now?
All right, real quick. So, welcome everyone, all 5 of you right now in hashtag PWOG Live. This is a show about 2 Philippine wrestlers. My name is yours truly, Ken Warren. Down below is the Senorito, the Tag Amigo, and Mr. Philippine Wrestling himself, Jake De Leon. Collectively, we are hashtag PWOGs, or Philippine Wrestling OGs, and we are so bored during the quarantine, during the ECQ, GCQ, whatever Q, barbecue, I don't know, whatever we're doing. We're so bored, we are so constrained, but we are not constrained with our creative juices. That's why we produce these shows every single week for every single one of you, the Rebel Nation, PWR, every single one tuning in tonight all over the world. And that's why we're doing this right now, baby.
Preach, preach, preach. And if we're bored, we're not going to be bored soon because we will have Skeeter Skyflyer of the On Your Mark show with Marquee Xtreme. I think Marquee Xtreme is mad at us because he did not approve of this. But you're a rebel, Ken. You're a rebel. You don't follow rules or anything. Even though he was your guest, you actually just like went behind his back and got Skeeter. I don't know why you're doing this right now.
Hey, I didn't know I didn't know I was supposed to ask permission, but he did call me Ken Shamrock. So hey, this is the receipt. So one, the world's most dangerous man. I'm the world's most dangerous social media man. And I don't know.
I think he got it mixed up. I think he said yes because he thought you were Ken Shamrock, so he couldn't really say no to Ken Shamrock. But Ken, we got a minute left. The On Your Mark show is here. I think Skeeter was able to like steal the Instagram credentials, steal the Instagram login details, and he's on right now. So I think I should take my leave, and you guys should like have your fun. So thanks, amigo. Have a good show. See you
in a bit. It's not stealing, it's borrowing. Just so we're clear.
All right. All right, sure. All right, yeah.
See you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome our very special guest, 15+ years, backyard wrestling entertainment trainee. He does a lot of squats every day. He takes a lot of chops every day. A true brother, a true champion of a man, not yet with the actual belt or title, depends which promotion you are from, but he is the one, the only Skeeter Skyflyer. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Ken Warren, what's going on?
It's all good, sir. I'm super happy, super honored that you are you accepted our invitation behind Marquee Xtreme's back. But hey, he did retweet about it, so maybe kind of is okay with it. So, but yeah.
I might get in trouble for this for a little while. I stole his phone, and he's mad, but I gave him a bunch of cake, so he's busy for a little while.
Hey, that's true. I heard you were a supplier, sort of, to some sort, the grocery man or the food runner, if you will. As like you were able to mention in an interview that you paid $3,000 for your training 15 years ago. That's what I had on research. But right now, is the same rate and in the backyard wrestling entertainment, or
$3,000 every month, cash up front.
Dang, you are a workhorse, sir. You are a workhorse. But before we get into that, I just want to say, just like any other individual we come across during the pandemic, I just want to say, Skeeter Skyflyer, how are you coping up during this pandemic?
What do you mean? I'm fine. How are you? Look at you out all them toys.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a huge wrestling fan and just a mix of everything and just collection. As a kid, I didn't have them. So as an adult, sort of, I try to those are my life savings, literally. When I look at them, oh, $20, oh, $50 every day. So they watch me sleep. Yes.
That's cool. I wish I had money to spend on that, but every dime I get, I put it back into wrestling school because that's the only way I'm gonna ever make it. I think
that is very true. That is very true. And speaking of spending,
what you asked me about the pancake mix?
Yeah, the pancake mix happening around the world. Have you ever?
Yeah, I think it's cool because the New Day is letting everybody know how cool pancakes are, and then they get in the pancake mix. I don't know how to make pancakes. I know you can just buy them as is, so I'd sooner just buy a made pancake because I don't know. Whenever I try and bake, I always get my fingernails. They fall off in there. They turn dead, and then they just fall in the pancake batter.
But if speaking of pancakes, so what's your favorite specific kind of pancake? I mean, ask.
Ones that have syrup baked in, and then you put syrup on the top, and then you make a sandwich out of them, and then you freeze it with the syrup in it, and then you take it out of there, and then you cover it with more syrup, and then you eat it.
And that's a regular meal, a regular breakfast, or that's considered a cheat meal for you because you are an athlete, 15 plus years, trainee for Back in Wrestling Entertainment.
As breakfast every day.
Dang. But like, don't you get afraid of the carbs, all the macros and everything? That's so I heard. Macros.
Afraid of cars? Yeah, I mean, if the cars drives by real fast,
not carbs.
it hits me.
The carbs.
What's a carb?
Like, you know, the carbohydrates, like when you eat like rice, when you eat bread, gives you energy when you work out, when you do your squats.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
afraid of those?
I'm afraid. Oh, to be fair, I'm afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of moths when they fly. They fly in a way that moves around like that. So I guess I can't be afraid of what's inside food because, I mean, it's obviously good for me. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell it.
Huh. Fair point. But yeah, thank you for sharing those, Skeeter. Let's shift on gears a bit and let's ask the hard-hitting questions. So, Skeeter Skyflyer, I would like to ask this question. You mentioned in an interview that you were a fan of Coco Beware, the British Bulldogs, so Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, and Jake the Snake Roberts growing up. I just have to ask, what is your favorite type of animal? And will you ever consider coming out with this on your way to the ring for your entrance?
That'd be so great. There's been problems with a lot of animals in backyard wrestling entertainment. Mostly because we're in a backyard, so animals are just in the wild. So squirrels are forbidden. We're not allowed to have any squirrels, which immediately makes me want to have a squirrel because they're cute and they're funny. They got the big tails and they're all that. Raccoons, they're also banned. I like a raccoon because they look like they could be my tag team partner because they get so mean. If you've ever dealt with a raccoon, they get up on their hind legs and they hiss at you and they show their claws. So I'd like a raccoon. That'd be great to have a tag team partner of a raccoon. But most things that we can find in the backyard, they're banned from coming into the area because we've had a lot of bites and a lot of rabies outbreaks, and they just steal wallets and purses and stuff. So people lose their money because it goes up in the trees. Then they call the cops. It's a whole big thing.
But maybe have you ever considered like maybe a dog, a puppy, or a cat, kitten?
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, that's right, because you can train a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that's gimmick infringement because the British Bulldogs had a bulldog. I won't get sued by nobody.
The cat then. Cat sort of does parkour, kind of like a Johnny Monday, Johnny Mundo, John Morrison, you know.
I do like that idea. Man, if I get me a cat, I gotta go to the cat store and get me a cat. I like this idea. Kim Warren, you got a lot of good ideas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I'm just being observant because you are sort of, in your own way, a cruiserweight. Heck, you beat the Big Show and left, right in a crimson mask. But hey, that's another story for later. But you know, yes, sir. So moving on to some fan questions. Let me see. So, well, the tag amigo Jake De Leon, my tag amigo and PWOGs, who's helping us moderate live fan comments right now. He has a question, but you did answer this
JBL. I like him better than JBL.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure the Tag Amigo appreciates that as he moderates our live right now. But he wanted to ask, who gave you the name Skeeter Skyflyer? For the benefit of those the ones in 2020 right now.
Well, that was a name that I was trying to work on for a long time. And I came up with all these things because I kept thinking, well, I'm going to be a cruiserweight, right? I'm going to be a cruiserweight. So my name is Skeeter, but I need something flashy. That's what Marquis Xtreme said. He says, you're never going to be anything special, so you might as well try to come up with a name that's at least better than what you are. So I did. I tried to think about it, and I thought, like, oh, Skywalker. And then I thought, oh, no, Star Wars, you get in trouble. And why? That's not exciting to walk in the sky. But if I flew in the sky, then that'd be pretty exciting. Like my cruiserweight moves. I'm not very good at jumping or staying in the air for too long. And I can't hold on to things very well because I don't have a lot of upper body strength. So I can't even make the appearance that I'm flying through the sky yet. But once I get like some spring shoes or something like that, I figure then I'd probably be pretty good.
I see. Thank you. Thank you for dissecting that idea or that mindset when you are doing your moveset on the top rope. And speaking of your moveset on the top rope, you were able to mention in an interview that your finisher would be the 2000 splash, if I'm not mistaken. And I've always wondered, so you discuss your finisher, and we can't discuss your finisher without discussing your signature move. So if we may ask, Skeeter, what would be your signature move or moves to build up to this big finish, the 2000 splash?
That's tough because probably, as you know, since you've done a lot of research, I've never had a match yet.
Exactly.
So it's tough because I'm trying to jump forward in time and think about my career. Marquis Xtreme reminds me, you've done nothing, so start at the beginning. So I'm like somewhere in the middle. I'm like that syrup that is like in the middle of my pancake sandwich. So I got to figure out, how do I fool my opponent to lay on the ground long enough so that way I can then jump on him? So what I figured I'd do is I get a bunch of glue and then I glue the floor and then somehow maybe trip them or something, and then they end up on the floor and they're grounded, and then I jump on. Either way, it's about getting a bunch of glue and then glue in the ground or glue in their back. Maybe a good old pat on the back with covered in glue. And go like, good job, and then they're glued up, and then sweep, and then win.
That would go for a False Count Anywhere match or anything goes match. But how about in a normal singles wrestling match, if you will? How would that pan out with the glue? How would you use the glue? The referee, the official would be, what's that for an object?
Oh, well, that's a whole other ball of cats because we don't have rings. Marquis Xtreme is very, very precise on, like, we ain't wrestling in rings. We ain't doing nothing with rings. Rings are stupid. The world is our ring. So I've never even touched a turnbuckle before.
Oh, man. Then how can you be a cruiserweight? So are you secretly training all throughout these years as a luchador? As a ground-based luchador?
I can't turn my back on Marquis Xtreme. Even the Brian Kendrick had one time offered to train me. And Marquis Xtreme was standing right there. And he did one of these. He did the... Oh. So I said, thank you, but I declined. But I had to pay Brian Kendrick for his time anyway. So that was another $3,000.
Oh, wow. What? Really? Oh, but hey, it's the Brian Kendrick, longest reigning WWE champion in WWE Championship Scramble history. Still WWE champion, regardless. So that's worth your time. That's worth your time, sir. And man, but you know what? I just have to say, I have to commend you because you are very commendable. Like your loyalty with one Marquis Xtreme, the Backyard Wrestling Entertainment 15+ years world champion is you are the Robin to the Batman. You are the Patrick Star to the SpongeBob. You are the Mike Wazowski to James P. Sullivan. And that's friendship right there. That's friendship right there. I just have to commend that.
That's like one of the best compliments I ever got, being compared to a bunch of cartoon characters.
But hey, they're all memorable. You're pretty much welcome, sir. They're all memorable, and you, Skeeter Skyflyer, are top notch in that, or maybe even above all of them. I'm just saying.
Coming from a PWR champion, that's high praise, because you could be talking to anybody on the show. You talked to Dalton Castle, right?
Yesterday. Well, the Tag Amigo did, but yes, that is very true, sir.
That's amazing. And then you have me. Do you think of me and Dalton Castle in the same breath? That's amazing. That's amazing.
You both are characters on its own in the wrestling business. And hey, if people are going to look up to a trainee, it's supposed to be you. 15 plus years of experience. I'm not just saying that because it's on paper, because it's very true. 15 plus years. And it's on paper. But yes, regardless, it's that. I'm just saying. But moving on to some questions. Okay, I have this question for you. Since you are a real student of the game, besides doing squats for 15 plus years ago, what is your favorite bodyweight exercise and your least favorite bodyweight exercise of all time?
Well, my least favorite bodyweight exercise is toughening up my ribs, and that's when Yoko Zubaz sits on me for an hour.
Dang.
That bodyweight training is the worst, because he's just got all the weight. I don't know if you've seen him. He's a big guy. He's a big fella. He's got a lot of weight on him, and he makes sure he distributes all of it on my ribs. And that's supposed to help my cardio, although I can't breathe when doing it, and then I can breathe afterwards. So I guess it does help in the long run. But that's my least favorite. Of all my favorites, that's my least one. And then my favorite one is sleeping class that comes right after chair shots.
You guys give time for that? We need those. We need those times.
Well, after we do chair shot class, I fall asleep for a while, and everybody tries. Then I wake up and everybody's doing this, because I guess I just fall into deep sleeps. So that's my favorite, is just sleeping after taking a bunch of chair shots.
Is that even legal? Or hey, $3,000, right? It probably is. Probably.
It's part of the class, the school book is what he just puts on there, and he says everything's legal, even if it's not legal.
If it's on paper, it's true. Never say never in the wrestling business, right? Hey.
Right. Always say ever.
Really? But moving on, so another question I've always wondered. Are you fond of librarians, specifically wearing blue pants?
Yeah. So you talking about Leva Bates?
Yes, sir. I am. Well, not to sound like very TMZ-ish here, but like, what's the real score, Skeeter? You and Leva Bates. All throughout these years.
I think we'd be best friends if Mark Xtreme didn't forbid me to talk to her, text her, call her, write her a letter, send a telegram, make smoke signals, anything. He forbids me, because we hung around a couple times. We were backstage at Impact Wrestling, and I saw her there. And then we even went to her place one time. She's like you, Ken. She's got all these cool toys everywhere. She's even got a big old Keanu Reeves.
What? She does?
Yeah, she got like a full-size Keanu Reeves in her place and all this cool stuff. And Mark Xtreme said, I can't play with it no more. And they stuck me in the car and they kept the windows up. But I got a good nap out of that, so that was nice. But I think we'd be best friends because we like all the same stuff. We like wrestling, and we like toys, and we like wrestling toys. But we never get to talk. But I hear she says the nicest things about me, and she's so nice herself. And now she's a librarian. And Marky Xtreme, this would be nice because Marky Xtreme's so loud. And then she's always telling people, shh, that'd be a nice change of pace because I think I'm losing some of my hearing in my ears because he's always yelling at me. And she never yells at me once. She'd probably just go, shh, and that'd be so nice.
Yeah, like that. She's the perfect teacher, the perfect, the one who will facilitate the sleeping classes after chair shots, right? That she could do that for, on the side, make those extra bucks,
That'd be great. I'd be happy to pay her to do that. I'd be happy to pay her to be my friend.
Oh man, you don't need to pay people to be your friend. We're here to be your friend, Skeeter. We're here to be your friend. And just like
I don't have to pay
wrestlers
you?
love you, man. Wrestlers love you. Every single one.
But don't I have to pay them to love me?
Is that what you did with Brian Kendrick?
I thought that's how the wrestling industry works. Is that you got to pay for people's respect. You got to pay your dues.
Oh, well, not that how we were taught. Maybe it's a different approach. Never say never again in the wrestling business, right?
I mean, we're in two different worlds. You're over in the Philippines, and I'm over here in the United States. Maybe you guys do it a different way, which is probably a really good way of doing it from what it sounds like, and you also get to have money for toys. So that's nice.
Hey, speaking of toys though, Skeeter, like I've always wondered, so can you have you ever beaten Marquee Xtreme in an action figure fight?
Well, I guess so. If you count getting mad, breaking the figures in half, throwing them across the room, and then kicking the table over, spitting at me, and then saying, "We're done, we're done, we're done." I guess that's a win, because that's what happens a lot of the time. And then he says, like, "We weren't even playing that. We're just trying to book stuff." And then he just spits a lot when he gets real mad. He spits all over the place. But I mean, it's not official because he keeps a rule book, or he keeps a win-loss book, and he's won in every single one of them. But I said, like, you got DQ'd on that one. And he says, "No, I won." So sometimes it feels like a moral victory, which that's what I have to settle for. But officially, no, I've never won an action figure fight.
Well, that's all right. But like, if I may ask, what's your favorite type of action figure? It doesn't have to be a wrestling figure, or maybe your favorite wrestling figure and your favorite just toy or action figure growing up.
My favorite ones are the stretchy ones. The ones where you take them and all their arms go longer than they can ever go in real life. Because I've seen wrestlers stretch on each other, and they don't get to go more bendy and then pull it around and then wrap it around their head. But I like those ones a lot. They had a Junkyard Dog one. I think a Hulk Hogan one. Do you have those?
I don't. My addiction right now, which is weird because it's not my generation, it's the Hasbros. The only Hasbro I have on display right now, oddly enough, I'm not a fan. I think, oh man, people are gonna call me. I think this is Axe. Damn, I don't think
that's
it's Axe. It's Axe? There you go, yes. Demolition Axe. And I have them more here, which is weird. I have them stored here. I have like more rare ones there. But I'm addicted to WWF Hasbros. Lately, for some reason, I just bought from eBay last night. Finally, the blue card Shawn Michaels wearing the black tights. After 2 years of, just letting off, not buying that. And I bought that. But those LJN ones, I never got to it. But for you, those are your favorites, the stretchy LJN ones.
Yeah, the ones that they had stuff inside and they just move all over the place. Those are super fun. My favorite one ever, I don't think they've made it. They got to make a Rosemary figure.
Oh, dude.
But Impact Wrestling never makes figures anymore. They made some, but I think they made like Desmond Wolf, and everybody went, "What? Why?" And then they stopped. So I don't know. They got to make a Rosemary because I buy like 10 of those.
Speaking of Rosemary, like or just Impact in general, man. Impact now is Slammiversary. I haven't caught it. I spoiled myself due to hearing on it on Instagram, but like all the surprises. Did you see them?
I know of a couple things. Oh, Ken, happy Slammiversary to you.
Happy Slammiversary to you too, Skeeter. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Now, happy Slammiversary to everybody in the chat too, of course, and of course to JDL. Happy Slammiversary. Thank
you, sir. Well, like, what do you think of the? I don't want to spoil anyone, but like just this one because this is the first one I saw. Motor City Machine Guns. What do you think? Motor City Machine Guns. I think I spoiled you. But like,
with they point at their hand. They show that. Hey, look! I got a hand.
yeah.
I love these guys. I don't get it because I feel like they should go like this. Like, look, I got a gun because I'm a Motor City Machine Gun. But then instead they go like, look, I got a hand. I think they're great. They're still around.
I was surprised too. I was surprised too. I think the last time I saw Alex Shelley was last year in NXT, and now he's in Impact, right?
So does that mean the PWOGs are going to fight him?
Hey, we wish. But you heard it here, folks. As you smash that heart button, you heard it here for Skeeter Skyflyer. Just said the news. Proudly, Motor City Machine Guns versus hashtag PWOGs. We are going to try, sir. We are going to try.
It's like what Marky Xtreme says when someone else is on TV and doing stuff. He's like, well, if they don't face me, they're a coward and they're ducking me. So clearly they're ducking you.
Yeah, right? Because we haven't sent anything invitation yet. But we'll be sure, because thank you for that, Skeeter. We'll be sure to send those. You know,
invitations right here.
Right.
Right here.
Yes, we will. We will take note of that. But enough about us. You are the guest today. So, shifting gears a bit. So, you kind of did beat Marky Xtreme in an action figure fight, but can you talk to us about the creation of the sub-series Left, Left, Right, Right? How did it came about?
Well, Marky Xtreme came home one day, and I was watching on his TV. I was watching Up, Up, Down, Down. Which is Xavier Woods' video game channel, which is super fun because all the wrestlers come and play video games. It looks like so much fun. And then he got mad. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm watching wrestlers play video games." He says, "Why? Well, that's stupid." And I go, "It's not stupid. What if we did that?" And he goes, "Why? We can't make money at it." I go, "I think they make money doing it." He goes, "Fine." And then he went and he got a video game system and he bought the WWE games. And then he said, "Okay, we're going to sit down and play." So we started playing. And then, yeah, we recorded it, and then the first one we played, I lost his championship because someone had made Marky Xtreme, and he downloaded it, and then he had his title too. It was so cool, and then I think he lost it to John Cena or Triple H or something. And
Triple H. I saw that match. I saw that simulation, and Skeeter, just like this interview, I thought you were pulling a Seth Rollins on that. Honestly, Seth Rollins on the Shield. That's what I thought you did throughout the match. Not to be a Dave Meltzer here, but you know, I'm just that's what I saw. I thought you were pulling a Seth Rollins on Marky Xtreme right there.
I was trying to help. I didn't know all the controls and I didn't know all the stuff. And then I said, "Can I play for a while first?" He says, "No, you should just know it like wrestling. It's like falling off a bicycle." And so I was trying to do it, and I guess I pressed the wrong buttons, and I got really excited because I saw the ring, and I saw Triple H, and I saw me, and then, yeah, he lost the title, so I got mad at that, and then he got mad that I won a match, and then he kind of broke the game system, and then he said, up, up, yours, and then we haven't done it in a while, so I hope we get to do it again. I hope people want to watch it, and then they want to see it again.
Like that's very true. And like if you want to promote something like a Left, Left, Right, Right, where could people like find those? Is it going to be on the DragonWagonRadio.com/onyourmark, or it's going to be the On Your Mark podcast, onyourmarkshow.com when you do on your podcast, or on the YouTube? Well, where do you think people can hit you up, or maybe on Twitter, right?
Well, yeah, all the stuff, like you said, youtube.com/onyourmarkshow is where we had that. And, of course, that's where Marky Xtreme's got all of his interviews. That's where we put the podcast as well. Like, everything's there. There's all kinds of stuff there. But that's where the video game videos were for sure. And, well, if people want to see more of them, you know, you let us know because I don't have any say there. It's all what Marky Xtreme said.
That is very true. But speaking of not having any say, what was this latest post, like a few minutes, an hour ago, I think, or so, in regards to the Skeeter Cam? Is this a behind-the-scenes look in the different On Your Mark interviews, or are you possibly pursuing a career in vlogging?
Well, that was during the Peter Avalon video when he's doing the interview with them, and I found an old camera, and I got all excited. I'm like, oh, I know. I'll become one of them virus sensations. And so I grabbed the camera and I ran in and I said, "It's a Skeeter Cam." And no one knew what I was doing because only I thought of it. And then I went in, and Peter seemed nice about it. He seemed okay with it when I got in his face and I was yelling at him. But then Marky Xtreme afterwards said, never. He said, what did he say? Did he say, always do it again? No, he said, never do it again. And if you do it again, you'll never wrestle a match. But he says that a lot. And they broke the camera. I tried taping it back together, but it didn't work. But there's always old stuff I find. So I might try it again. That was pretty fun, though, even though I got in trouble, but it was fun.
Heck yeah, I enjoyed that. It was almost a vlog. Are you looking into a career with that? But before you answer that, Skeeter, I think Marky Xtreme is pissed. Look, this the comment section. I don't know how. Well, you are using his account too, but like, they said something on the chat. So, oh man.
Oh, I mean, he can't see this now, right? Because I'm using his phone.
Who comment? Wow, I didn't know he was also social media sinister. Huh? How did he access this? Is he channeling his inner Karrion Kross? What's happening?
Don't say his name around here, because if he hears that, he gets so mad about him. Killer Karrion Kross. He gets so mad because Killer Karrion Kross threatens him all the time, and he kidnapped me. And oh, that was so fun. That was one of the best. I love, if that's what kidnapping's like, kidnap me every day. I loved it.
I don't think that's safe to say right now in 2020. Yo, I'm just saying. I'm watching out for you, Skeeter, man. That's scary. Really? You want to be kidnapped again by one Killer Karrion Kross?
Yeah! He took me into this place that was all cold and secluded. He had that lamp that was hanging above, and he threatened me with a bunch of violence, which I'm used to trained to be a wrestler. Then I figured you gotta feed the person you're kidnapping, and then we're gonna go get hamburgers. But we never got hamburgers.
Maybe now with those NXT money, huh? Maybe now. Maybe delivery first, not really in actual life. Maybe delivery, but, you know, I don't know. In-N-Out would go. In-N-Out would be good, right?
That would be good. Do you have that over in the Philippines?
Not yet. Not yet. But personally, if I may say, not to shoot on In-N-Out Burger, they have very good aesthetics, but the burger is pretty... It's okay. I like Burger King better. I don't know why.
Oh, do you have a special fast food place in the Philippines that the United States doesn't have?
It's a good question. Do you guys? So you guys have the Jollibee now. Do you have the Chowking?
What's a Chowking?
Well, Chowking I think it's a Chinese restaurant, but it's here in the Philippines, and it's basically a Chinese restaurant. It's almost like Panda Express, but it's Filipino version and Filipino Chinese. I'm sorry?
Who would win in the fight, the Chowking or the Burger King?
Hey, good question. Depends on the stipulation. What do you think? What do you think, Skeeter?
Oh, well, I would imagine the Chowking could, because he'd chow on him. And a burger's just a burger, so I don't see how a burger could fight other than someone who chows on stuff.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And depends. I think a Chowking would be a cruiserweight because we're Asian, naturally small. And Burger King would be, you know, American heavyweight, right?
That's true. If it is like an American, it eats way too much.
That's very true. That's very true. But hey, all the carbs, all the energy, all those, you know, the compost. I think about it's a compost, but it's the basis of the pancakes, if you will, for all those energies, everyday life.
There's a bunch of heart bubbles going off. Is my phone underwater? What's happening?
Oh, well, we're definitely not under Bikini Bottom, but we are having some likes from our viewers. Those are like, they're smashing the heart buttons. That's for you, man. That's all you. All you.
No,
all
it's for you. It's your show.
No, but hey, we're both together here, so I'm just saying. But moving on, let's wind down a bit with the questions. I never got to ask, who was your favorite wrestler that you got to interview in your show? Like, so far?
There's been a lot of them. There's been some that, because I'm not supposed to interview anybody. I'm not supposed to get involved. I'm supposed to just make sure the equipment's running right. But then, I don't know if you know this feeling. I get so excited when I see wrestlers that I just want to run up and talk to them. And then I get told then I ruin everything. So My favorite one that I ruined. There's so many. Leva Bates is one of my favorites. What else? The Brian Kendrick was one of my favorites. But I gotta say, my favorite one of all time was when it was Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy at the same time. That was the coolest. Because I met Matt Hardy once before, and I ruined that interview. And I was wearing my V1 shirt, and he got all excited, and then Marky Xtreme shoved me into a door. But this one, it was both of them there. And Matt Hardy even called me a spot monkey to my face, which I think is a compliment, because monkeys are fun. So that was a huge honor for me. And that was the night before he showed up at WrestleMania.
For real? What? That was the timeline then?
We were at Ring of Honor, and we were doing interviews there. And it was the last night, because they fought the Young Bucks in this big ladder match. And we fought him there, and Marky Xtreme cured him of being broken. And then he went to WWE the next night. And then I guess he ruined all Marky Xtreme's work, but it was so cool to see them on that night. And then the next night, Marky Xtreme said, "Oh, it's because of us. We rubbed them, and then now they're there." Ooh. He does that all the time. He goes like, "Ooh."
That's very true, and that's probably the reason. Have you ever seen that loud of or heard that loud of a pop in years prior to that, right? When they debuted again at WrestleMania. That was extreme, right? Cool. No pun intended.
I thought it was going to be New Day.
Right? That was the old switcheroo, right? The old switcheroo right over there. On the fly, sort of. But man, like that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Skeeter. And again, as we wind down, because we're trying to be respectful of your time, I have one last question before we move on to the segment that I have for you for this episode. So, last question, but you did touch on this question earlier. I just want to ask, when do you think you will have your very first match?
If it was up to me, it would be tomorrow. But it's not going to be, because we're having our show, Marky Xtreme Rules Horror Show. So Marky Xtreme Rules is a show every year where everybody gives praise to Marky Xtreme, and they say, "Oh, Marky Xtreme's so great," and they have all these speeches, and it's just they praise them, and we make statues and stuff. I made one out of mashed potatoes. That was fun. And then this year, though, since WWE's doing horror show, they got Marky Xtreme screwed up his dates and hired Buck Bagwell to be there. Whoa. And so he also got all these oars that he was going to do in a match. And so since Buck Bagwell's a gigolo,
successful one, a successful gigolo, right?
Right, that's a neat job. So he's a whore, as Marky Xtreme says, so you get to hit him with oars if you see him. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. Like if he runs up and comes around during the show when Marky Xtreme's getting praised, you take an our and you go, "Take that!" So,
I love
that then, but I don't think I'm gonna.
Our apologies. I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm trying to be professional. I didn't mean to laugh. Well, it went ahead of me, then I got it, and I'm like, man, you are amazing, Skeeter. You are amazing. You're amazing. I'm looking for that horror show.
It's going great. We're sold out. All 34 tickets have been sold, so it's going to be great.
Congratulations in advance on behalf of PWOG's PWR, Filipino wrestling community, everyone. Congratulations on behalf of that. But again, let's move on to this segment that we call Shoot Your Shot segment, wherein I show photos of my guests, so that would be you, from the internet through the magic of iPhone. They're going to show at my background. And please tell a shoot story at every single one of them as you may please. And a quick disclaimer before we start, in case, because it happened before, I'm just, putting it out there. In case it screws up, we don't hear each other, and if you're still free, Skeeter, please, I will make a new live and rejoin the live.
Got it. Will do. I've never shot before. This is going to be so exciting.
Right. It's almost like shoot hard. Almost, but not super. But like, gimmick infringement. But here you go. Skeeter Skyflyer, put your shot on this photo.
Oh, that's the best. That's so cool. That's the logo for our show on the podcast. Because Marky Xtreme was so excited for it because he's like, oh, look, it's cool. It's like lasers behind us. And it's all awesome. And then he got mad and he kept trying to put that piece of tape over my face. And then right before we put it on the internet, I moved the piece of tape so it wasn't on my face. So I like that. I like that both of our faces are seen, but he was like, nope, tape goes right here. And he kept putting it like, so it'd be like that. But I think that looks good.
Right. And it's, speaking of tapes, I just remember this right now from the Teddy Hart episode. I think Marky's pissed again. As per usual, but like, you never thought about the gold, the electrical tape? I think they make those now. Have you guys ever looked into it? I just want to get your word from that.
Yeah, it's on order. I've ordered it from a place in Australia, and they said it's going to be about 52 weeks delivery. So just waiting patiently.
That's true. At least you took the step to do something about it. And Marky Xtreme, I know you're probably pissed right now because we're using your account. He's using your account, not me. But like still, we ordered the gold tape. He ordered the gold tape, so that's good. That's good stuff for the next episode. Maybe for the new logo, maybe a 50th episode or a 500th episode, something like that. But moving on. Speaking of Australia, not Australia, I think it's Japan. Please shoot your shot on this photo.
This happens sometimes. This is tough. So sometimes I just I like to wander around. There's a lot of things in life that get me distracted. So like shiny things that are metal or things that are fluffy and they run fast or something like that. So I just like to wander around or chase things and I get all excited. And then I get real tired and I just go sleep. I just fall asleep somewhere and I fell asleep next to these boxes. And I just woke up and I think I was in Japan. And I was wandering around and I talked to people and tried to get help and we weren't speaking the same language and it was difficult. It took me a long time to get back, and I think Marky Xtreme was even looking for me. But then when I got back, he said, oh, this is fine, just get back to work. But I was scared, and it was so frightening, but I think I was lost in Japan.
Dang, and if we may ask, because we never got the answer, how'd you get out of Japan?
I just fell asleep again next to some other boxes, and then I eventually just woke up. I think I woke up in a desert. Oh, and then my phone ran out of battery, and then eventually I woke up back in Marky Xtreme's backyard, and Marky Xtreme's mom woke me up. She put out her cigarette on me, and that usually wakes me up. I sleep real sound, but fire tends to wake me up.
Just like those chops, right? Just like those knife edge chops. Woo, indeed. Thank you for sharing that, Skeeter. Moving on for the next photo, shoot your shot on this photo. Who the fuck is that guy, huh?
Oh, that's that guy. That's that Connor Mac guy. Yeah, I one time I found them glasses, and this was, I think, before Orange Cassidy existed. Because now I look at that picture, I'm like, he looks like Orange Cassidy. But then I put it on one time, and Marky Xtreme took a photo of it, and he slapped the glasses off my face. He says, see, you're not a fighter. And I cried for a little bit, and then I was like, you're right. I gotta learn how to be a fighter. So I tried to do a side by side, and he said that was a waste of time. And he's stupider for it. So that's fun.
But like, are you not wondering, because it's uncanny, the features are uncanny, the similarities. Maybe you're related to one Conor McGregor or McGregor, I think.
You think I could be related if I look like him?
Yeah, of course. Isn't that?
Oh, that'd be so great, because at Christmas time, maybe you could help me out with my wrestling payments. Just because they started hanging up.
Absolutely. This guy has a pop, an action figure coming out, so like, hey, you got to get used to those extra funding, if you will. But I digress. Moving on to the next photo, third to the last photo. Shoot your shot on this photo.
That's one of my favorite days ever. That's one of the best days ever. We got to go to Impact Wrestling, and we got to be there. They set up a whole thing for us because we were press, we were media, we were fancy. And that day, we did some of our favorite interviews. That day, got to set stuff up. I was wearing my Decay shirt, so we talked to Abyss. That was so fun. He got mad and threw the chair and scared Marky Xtreme, and I think he pooped his pants a little bit. We talked to EC3. That was so cool. And now he's mad all the time. He shaved his head, and he's acting like a weirdo. And then we also talked to Josh Matthews, and he promised me an X Division contract, which I don't think he got my address right because I still haven't seen it in the mail yet. But I think him and I are real good friends. Marky Xtreme doesn't like him too much. He always gets his name wrong. But that was such a fun day. They treated us all nice, and then every time we came back from there, it wasn't as nice. But, you know, and then we invaded. So it's kind of like this right now. It'd be nice if it was like this, but I don't know. I think I made a lot of friends there. My favorite, if I may say, was the Cody Angle. How did you ever get to interview the son of Kurt Angle, right? When we go there are people that line up, and most of the time they look at us and they go, "The hell is that? What the hell are they doing there? Who the hell are you?" And then I approach him. I go, "Would you like to be interviewed for the show?" And then there's spitting that happens. A lot of people like knock my hat off or tear my shirt or pull up my underwear, things like that. But then sometimes we just turn the cameras on them, and then we just start filming. And then it's like, oh, as Marky Xtreme says, TV time. It's TV time, brother. So, Mr. Skeeter, I apologize for that. That's no rib. I promise you that. It's Instagram Live messing with us. We're almost done in the live, ladies and gents. Come on. Dang it. I thought it was my fault. I thought I messed something up. I poured a lot of water on the ground before I started this, so. It's probably that. But, hey, thank you. I appreciate that for still coming back to the live. Let's finish on the Shoot Your Shot segment. I have last two photos. So, shoot your shot on last two photos. That's the best. Leva Bates, that's Leva Bates' place. She lives there. That's like, I mean, you get it, Ken, because you got like this cool palace of toys and then some furniture to sleep on too, but you can still just sleep on the toys and be happy. And that's Leva Bates' place. And she had these soft Pokemon toys. I had a Squirtle, and she had the fish one, and she said, "Let's take a photo together." And Marky Xtreme, "Oh, fine." He took a photo, and we got to be there. We're this close to being best friends. This close to being best friends. And we're going to play games and watch movies together. She's so nice. And it's cool that she grows blue hair, which I think is neat. Because I've tried to grow blue hair. I keep waiting for blue ones to show up, and they never do. I don't know what's happening with Instagram. I cleared everything. Instagram Live, you're going to get this one after this, man. Shoot. I don't know what's happening, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That's okay. It's like what happens when I do interviews with Marky Xtreme, that he kicks me out, and then I just come back in anyway. Oh, well, we didn't kick you out. This is Instagram, like, messing with us. This is the ultimate rib all the time. I haven't experienced this in a month, and they wanted me to experience it, I guess. But I apologize because you had to experience it too. It's tricky. It's scary for me to try the Shoot Your Shot segment again. But just to wrap it up, I just wanted to ask, like, you even went as far as to say that you wanted to marry Leva Bates. Whatever happened to that, man? To the proposal? Well, that'd be nice. That's kind of a dream because she has a nice place and all them toys and all that stuff. And yeah, I'd like that. Think I should become friends with her first, and we should probably spend more than like 15 minutes together. But other than that, I think we're destined to be together. Because what else do you need other than that? So I'm putting it out there that maybe Skeeter Skyflyer and Blue Leva Bates Pants should get married, and we could have a bunch of blue babies. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Those especially smashing that heart button. Hashtag PWOG Live. The marriage is out there. Skeeter Skyflyer just made the announcement. Well, the invitation to the marriage. To Leva Bates, Blue Pants, Leva Bates, Skeeter Skyflyer, Leva Bates, in a marriage, not match. Match made in heaven. In a match made in heaven. So, hey, let's look forward to that, every single one. And I would like to thank one Skeeter Skyflyer for joining the Shoot Your Shot segment. Apologies again for all the troubles
screw you, Instagram Live. But before we let you go, if you want to promote anything, the floor is yours, sir. Podcast, YouTube, please. Floor is yours.
Well, thanks, Ken. This has been a blast doing the show. I've had so much fun. Thank you for having me, and thanks to JDL as well. Bullhorn. We do a podcast. It's super fun. It's available on Dragon Wagon Radio and everywhere where you like all of your podcasts, wherever you like listening to stuff. It's available there. It's called On Your Mark, and we dives into a bunch of different topics and discussions. So On Your Mark Wrestling Podcast with Marky Xtreme, and we've talked about John Cena. Blast. And then also youtube.com/onyourmarkshows. We're going to see interviews. Like you said, you're going to see the Hardys on there. You're going to see Matt Morgan. He broke my neck. You're going to see Leva Bates. You're going to see all kinds of people. And it's not like any other interview show for wrestling out there. I mean, this is up there. This is the tops. But things go right here, and people get mad and pouty and break stuff on Your Mark. So that you probably have a better functioning show, but that's the other one, and I get to be involved with that one, and it's so much fun. So, hey, if you get a chance to check it out, I think you're going to have a swell time.
Absolutely. That's youtube.com/onyourmark show, I believe, and On Your Mark, and that's, I took note of that. And dragonwagonradio.com/onyourmark to check those stuff out. And, of course, Pro Wrestling Tees. Please promote your Pro Wrestling Tees. You can never forget that.
You can get these shirts. We got these shirts here. I got my shirt. You're not supposed to buy it. I don't know why. He always says it. He says, don't buy my shirt. But there's a whole bunch of shirts. There's all different kinds. It helps support Marky Xtreme. And I guess if maybe any of mine sell, then that'll help me with my wrestling, paying my dues. But there's a whole bunch of fun shirts there. And there's more being designed right now. I had fun stuff. So if you don't have any shirts at all, it's probably a good place to go, just so you have some. Because eventually it's...
Absolutely. And on that note, again, we can't thank you enough, Skeeter Skyflyer, for joining us on our very humble show, #PWOG Live. Please stay safe. Keep washing those hands. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Keep your loyalty. And, sir, a good luck to your career. Thank you so much. See you soon, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for #PWOG Live this afternoon in the Philippines. And let's wait for the tag amigo as we close this program. Thank you so much, man. I apologize for that technical difficulties, technical difficulties. I might proceed with the merchandise of that. Dang it. Dude, it came back.
IG Live strikes again. IG Live strikes again, Ken. We can't get a break. We can't get a break. A month. Well, they did give us a month. They did give us a month to, settle in, sort of, but, can't catch a break. But it was an interesting interview with Skeeter Skyflyer. I think Marky Xtreme is pretty mad at you right now. I'm not sure. I'm just, just looking out for you, buddy. Just making sure that you're okay. But Skeeter is a true character, to say the least. He has been in the wrestling training business for 15 years. Marky Xtreme making him do all those squats and getting chopped. But he takes it like a man. He keeps on going, keeps on trucking, and maybe soon, maybe in another 15 years, he will finally make his pro wrestling debut.
And we all can't wait for that, man. That's crazy, bro.
So, Ken, I think it's time that we get into your #Reflection Sundays.
Of course. How can I forget? The #Reflection Sunday is brought to us by 1001 Ways to Leadership. This is given to me by my good friend, Joe Quick. So, as we show, there is no bookmark there. No whatsoever. I'm just going to open a page and let it do its magic. Yes, sir.
Magic trick.
So, here's the #Reflection Sunday for July 19, 2020. Work with your enemy to make him your partner. So there's no author with that. Let me connect it to this one. To delight in war is a merit in the soldier, a dangerous quality in the captain, and a positive crime in the statesman. By George Santayana. I just read the quote. Let me reflect on it later. I don't know what it means. But basically, from the gist of it, as I rambled here, it basically means be a professional, right? Because hey, again, this is live, ladies and gentlemen. I just read
you're shooting from the hip. You're shooting from the hip. But yeah, I don't really understand what you said, but we got to reflect on it as we do with everything. It is Sunday right now, so hopefully all the amigos and amigas watching right now will keep reflecting on their actions, on what they hear, on what they see, on what they learn, and hopefully tomorrow we become better people. Ken, I think this has been like an interesting Sunday for us. Next week we're also going to have another interesting week, and we can't wait to do that with you, amigo. Of course, we've been doing this for I don't know how long. It's been really long.
Right.
4 months, I think, around 4 months. So yeah, Ken, take us home, buddy.
Yes, sir. And as always, every single one of you. Ah, dang it. Can hashtag that. Thank you. Have a great week ahead, every single one. Enjoy your Sunday. See you, amigos.
Happy Sunday, amigos and amigas.